was a little late bothering to make a video about the Demon's power numbers that have been leaked. And, once these leaks come out, everybody jumps all over them in order to be the first to report so that they can get as many views as possible and soak up the YouTube numbers. But as you know, I had put out other videos, mostly about the Trackhawk, because the simple fact is I'm not really interested personally in buying a Demon. As you know, I'm not a huge fan of the Challenger Hellcat simply because it only has 2 doors. I need 4 doors because I drive these cars like 4-door sedans, trucks, whatever. I drive these things on a regular basis, and I don't like to have to pull up the seat so somebody can get in the back. Like if you go out with your girlfriend and her friends get in the back, or if you have like whatever. It's like if you have like parties and you got to carry somebody home because they drunk ass can't drive or whatever. You know what that's all. I don't like having just 2 doors, not unless it's like a Lamborghini or something. So anyway, the power numbers for the Dodge Demon were leaked a couple of days ago because as we get closer to tomorrow, Tuesday, and as we get closer to Friday, all of the information is just going to come out at the same time, and you're going to have all these automotive magazines tripping over each other in order to get the information out first to get the attention. So they're going to have 3 power modes. They're going to have power mode 1, which is 757 horsepower approximately, power mode 2, which is 815 horsepower approximately, and then they did something that I didn't expect them to do originally, and they pushed the power through 1,000 horsepower, so you get 1,023 horsepower so long as certain conditions are met. The most important of those conditions is that you have to have 100 octane or better race fuel. Here in New York, the only premium unleaded that you can really get is 93. If you're in California, usually it's like 91, 93, and I know they have race fuel available in certain places, but it's not something that's very ubiquitous. So that's basically what it is. The Dodge Demon is an overpowered Challenger Hellcat with a brand new hood scoop, brand new smaller wheels that have smaller diameter than the 20-inch wheels on the other Hellcats, and dual eye inlets in its headlights so that it can suck in as much air as possible in order to basically overpower what you got out of the Challenger Hellcat. One of the things that is interesting is there's a lot of people who keep on running with rumors that the Challenger Hellcat is going to get less expensive. It's not. It's not going to get less expensive. In fact, the Charger SRTs and the Challenger SRTs got more expensive. It's not going to drop in price. None of the SRT products are going to drop in price simply because of the Demon being available. This is a purpose-built production drag car. And I know there's a lot of people who hate me because of what I talked about with the Bugatti Veyron versus the Hennessy. Anybody can take one of these cars and they can take out the seats and make it lighter, or they could put a bigger supercharger, or they could put bigger twin turbos, or whatever they want to do with it. They can make it they can change the body of carbon fiber. You can make these cars lighter. You can make these cars faster. But what you don't have is you don't have a factory warranty. Production street legal drag strip car. I want you to just think about this for a second. I was showing one of my uncles, and I was showing one of my friends this because they were interested in a Scat Pack, one of my cousins too. And the simple fact is, here they're building a fucking monster. Like, I mean, a real goddamn monster from the depths of hell. It's like, there's no freaking reason why they should be building a production car that has no back seat, a freaking 5-point harness, and you strap into the son of a bitch like it's Top Gun, and it has 1,000 horsepower, and it costs less than $80,000. I mean, the Nissan GT-R is a badass car, I'll give it that, but it's still 100 plus. It's 110, maybe $120,000 for one of those cars brand new, and you get exactly what you pay for, especially when you factor in the warranty for that transfer case, which is more than likely going to break after a couple dozen launches. But here they're building a car that should not exist. The Trackhawk is something that should not exist. Like, my Jeep SRT is a damn fast truck. My my Charger Hellcat is a fast-ass car. These things shouldn't exist on these roads. Everybody else around you's got these shitty little 4-cylinder eco boxes and these V6s, and they can barely keep. First of all, you overpower them every single time you push down the pedal. And by the time, like if you leave in a light, by the time you're in maybe third or fourth gear. They're not even out of first yet, and you're already doing like 70 miles an hour, and they're still way behind you in your mirror. These cars really shouldn't exist, but they're building them anyway, and they're coming out of the factory perfect, balanced. You don't have to do anything to these cars. Who's going to buy this car? Well, you'll have a couple of rich-ass rappers buying them first and getting theirs first. You'll have a couple of older people who wanted stuff like this, and they're spending their Social Security checks, and they're able to just drop lots and lots of money on gas when they're getting like 7 miles to a gallon. But very simply, this thing is going to sell. It's going to sell very well. For every single one that comes on these lots, these things are going to move like you ain't never seen a car move before. When I go to the dealers, the SRT cars can't sit on the lot at all. Challenger Hellcats, Charger Hellcats, they're leasing these things for $599. And now you're building something that has 1,000 horsepower and is a goddamn rocket ship, and you're building that thing, and it costs less than $70,000 or $80,000. And God forbid they put these things on lease. If the Challenger Hellcat is only $600 for a lease with $3,500 down, could you imagine what these things would cost on lease? I mean, even if it was $1,000, that would be a ridiculous bargain considering what you've got. So all I'm going to say is, I'm not interested in it. My next car is obviously going to be the Trackhawk. That'll probably be the last internal combustion engine car I buy. After that, it'll probably be some electric, probably Tesla. My Tesla stock is above $300 at this point. You got Tesla calling you trying to install a solar roof on my house, and they want to give me the power wall and all that. Who knows? Further down the road, I mean, I really don't see that the emission standards allowing these cars to exist in this manner for very long. But we just have to wait and see. So as far as the Demon, come Friday, I will be at the New York International Auto Show. I will be doing video reviews. I'm going to make like at least 4 or 5 hours worth of video on my iPhone 7, 256 gigabyte. I'm going to split up the Durango SRT, the Trackhawk, and the Demon. I'm going to split those videos up, and I'll make smaller videos, like snippet videos. But, the problem is by the time I make my video, you'll have like 100 dozen people all over the damn thing on the news. But, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to do it my way anyway, so it's just, that's how it's going to be. And all you got to do is look forward to that come Friday. There were a couple of people who asked me about the damage that was on my Jeep SRT where the ice started wedging into a space. And apparently what happened was the truck had been leaned on, possibly by myself, possibly by somebody else, and it caused enough of a crease in order to allow ice to get in, or water to get inside, in order for it to freeze and turn into ice. I had that repaired. It looks absolutely fabulous now, so all I got to do is wash it.